All right, in the last video we left off with calculating in the table. This video shows the completed table. One thing I'll point out to you is the closer you get to that mean value, so if you looked, our mean value is 0.7508. Some of our numbers are getting very close to that, 0.75. So that's why you may see some values that have almost like 0 as their number, because there's not a lot of space between them, or there's very little measurable space between that number and the mean. So that's kind of where you may see that. So don't be alarmed. Don't think that you're doing anything wrong when you kind of see that. But once I go through and I calculate all those, the sum, 0.0018 is what I calculated. And then as I go into my standard deviation calculation, this here is showing sigma. It's a lowercase Greek s. So sigma is equal to the square root of, again, this is the capital letter S, sigma, the sum of x minus the mean squared, and then divided by the number of data points. So if you look, this column, we were calculating x minus the mean squared. So this value here, when I go into the second part of the equation, I want to leave the first one. So let me take out this first one here. I'm going to do 0.0018. That's the top part of the equation. The bottom one for n, I'm going to put in 12. So when I go into my calculator to run in this case, is I can go ahead and put 0.0018 divided by 12, and then in that case second, and I'm going to use the square root function, and here I'm going to end up going through and getting 0.001, and just to verify, sometimes I go through and don't particularly always like this here, so I think it did go through and do it one more time than what I did. So when I calculate this actually on my calculator, there we go. So again, we're going to go to 4 decimals, 0.0122 is what we're going to see there. So the standard deviation for this data set, 0.0122. So there's our standard deviation for our particular data set. All right, this concludes the measures of central tendency, or excuse me, actually measures of variation. And so now in the next video, we'll take a look at creating a histogram and creating an acceptable range of values for this, and that will end out this example for you to be able to then transfer these skills over to our activity for our e-learning.